So, new way to reference tables if you're working within a spreadsheet in Google Sheets. And I think it's actually pretty straightforward and easy and super, super helpful. So here we are. I'm in a worksheet that kind of lists out some of the projects that we work with different departments. And so I want to do a couple of things. One of the columns is here is infrastructure. So if the project actually references or needs infrastructure team support, I want to be able to just get a sum of the total number of projects that meets. And then I also want to do like a count if it's for the housing department. So here I am, and the unique thing is here I'm using the Google Tables feature within Google Sheets. And what we're specifically going to look at is the traditional way of referencing like sheet 1, exclamation point, and then the column, A:'A, and that pulls in everything in that column, and then you pull out, housing or something if that's what you're trying to count if. I think this is a way cleaner way of doing it. So I'll go to sheet 23 here, and so in this case, I want to reference that table, and we're going to use the new format that has been rolled out by Google to do that. So here equals count if, parentheses, and the title of that table was projects, and then we're going to put in brackets, and here we're going to use infrastructure. So in that way, instead of having to do the sheet 1 and then the range reference, we're actually just pulling the title, and then in the brackets, we're putting in the column head for that. So here, then column, and I want to make sure that we're counting only the yes ones. So type in yes, enter. We've got 31 projects that are require infrastructure support. So let's do a similar thing with housing. So if I come in here and I do count if, and I go to projects, and this time I'm going to go to departments. If you start typing the column head, it'll actually pre-fill there. We're going to do a comma, and we have a 3-letter designation for housing, and do that, and we get 6. So the cool thing is when you're doing this, it works kind of like the array formula with constraint. So as your table expands, let's say it's form responses, and you're getting more and more form responses because the default now is to set it up as a table when you're receiving form responses. You no longer have to go back and manually update or do some complex array constraint. If it's in a table, you can reference it and use any of the formulas like count if, sum, or any of those directly related to the data within your table without having to actually go back and manually update those. So I think that's actually pretty cool. Yep. All right. Later.